Okay, so I'm going to do my podcast on Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a disease that no person would wish upon themselves. It's a form of dementia, and your memory gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and you can't function, and your brain turns to mush. And unfortunately, once you get it, there's no way of stopping it. There's no cure, there's no medications to slow it down, nothing. And it's associated with chromosome 19. 19. 19. And when you get it, you usually get it at an older age. And if you get it early, then you're very unlucky. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to hold it. Alzheimer's is terrible. It's very, very terrible. And unfortunately, the estimated amount of people to get it by the year 2050 is 13.8 million. That sucks. It really sucks. If you can't hear me, I'm sorry, people. It's kind of weird that I'm talking to a phone. But if you get Alzheimer's at an early age, there's a 50% chance that your offspring will get it, or your children. And when you get it like at a later age, and it's like a 10% chance, but I doubt you're gonna have children at the age of like 65. So, when you get Alzheimer's, you don't really know what caused it. The only thing scientists have right now is the amyloid cascade hypothesis. It's not really valuable to rely on. It's most researched and discussed, but we still don't know much about it. It goes with mutations and an XX production of amyloid beta in the brain. And it's just like this protein that's found on your fatty membrane and the nerve cells, and it builds up plaque because it's so sticky. When you diagnose Alzheimer's, there's no test to diagnose. There's no blood or imaging test. You basically have to base it off your symptoms. And the main three factors doctor base it on are if a person has sufficient cognitive decline to meet criteria for dementia, the clinical course is consistent with that of Alzheimer's disease, and no other brain disease or other processes are better explanations for the dementia. When a person is first diagnosed with Alzheimer's, you want more information, so the best explanation they give you is stages that you're in. It goes from stage 1 to stage 7. Once you get to like stage 4, 5, it's terrible. It sucks. You can't do anything. You can't use the toilet. You can't remember names. You can't remember things that you just did 5 minutes ago. You can't remember things you did an hour ago. One thing you can really remember with Alzheimer's is like what you did in your like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like big memories. But apparently you can remember it from like the biggest, like the littlest minute detail. And it's kind of cool. Thought she was talking to me. By stage 7, you're done. You can't smile, you can't do anything by yourself, you're just sitting there. You're practically a zombie, to tell you the truth. And unfortunately, there are no cures. The only medications are cholinesterase inhibitors and partial glutamate antigenous, something like that. And both only relieve symptoms. They don't slow down the process. They don't make it easier to deal with. Well, they do make it easier to deal with, but they don't slow down the process and cure Alzheimer's for you. They just basically, they just bring down the symptoms. It sucks, but it's whatever. There are non-medication based treatments, but it's just like social interaction and stuff you can do that. So, fortunately, people are trying to find a cure, but there is none right now. So, I guess we'll see how it turns out by the year 2050. Hopefully, there's something that can help us out. That is my podcast for Alzheimer's disease. Bye.